taught me, and I'm going to do this kind of my way. So I went and not do what this guy's doing. I spent a whole lot of time, and a lot of my teammates, same thing, blaming our coach for our failures. We can't succeed because of this and because of that and because of what he's done to us. And now I look back and I go, that guy taught me as much as anybody else. And it's perspective, right? So now I went on, I started coaching in camps, I started coaching high schools, and as much as I could do. Little quick story back for high school, they give you that high school aptitude test. So what job is right for you? And which is where I think you guys fit in. So where your needs are, you're needed so deeply. I took that test, hotel management. That was what I was destined to do. So if I had followed this test, right now I'd be in Des Moines, Iowa, managing the Holiday Inn Express instead of here living my life's work and being passionate. But when Coach Adams told me, hey, you can make a living doing this, when he came up and told me, just kick it through those two posts, when Scotty and Keith Freeze demanded what I do, that was an accumulation over time of them telling me, hey, do what you love to do. We've all heard those sayings. Do what you love, and the money will follow. Live your life's passion. Do what you love, and you'll never work a day in your life. Well, that's kind of bullcrap. Yeah. But still, the point remains. Live your passion, and that's what what you can create is whatever you want to create. So I took everything over my life's work. I went to coaching school, went to get licenses, a conference like this where I learned more from the other attendees than a lot of the presenters. I learned more from just doing. And I heard of sports psychologists speak at that. Now, when I was taking that aptitude test that told me hotel management was my future, sports psychology wasn't even a thing. It wasn't even on there. So I heard the sports psychologist speak. Wow, sports? I majored in psychology because actually that was something that I enjoyed. Sports psychology. Oh, there's a thing? Cool. People have been telling me, go towards your passion. Do what you love. I went towards something that didn't even exist. I didn't know what it was. And so you guys as academic life coaches, hopefully that's what you're doing is you wanted to get good grades and learn how to study and all this, but what is it that you really want to do? I have an athlete right now who's been drafted for Major League Baseball, decided to go to college to get his kind of get more experience. Well, they want me to pitch, but they also want me to hit. And I'm having trouble focusing on which one I should do. I need to do good at both of them. And I came back to it, and thankfully, with John's conference and with thinking about this, I said, well, which one do you love the most? He said, hitting. That's the one you focus on then. So thanks, John, for that. That was awesome. That was great advice. So I've created Baxter Sports soccer camps, and this is my 9th year. And if I'm a little hoarse in the voice, that's why. Because we just ended a camp yesterday. Next slide. And I also run Sports Psychology Institute Northwest. And so I've got the two passions and have grown that, and it's all because of the coaches and the people along the way that encouraged me to do what I love. The things that we teach, and I want to go through this quick. This is a little more of the technical part of it, but confidence, mental toughness, and focus. Confidence being belief in yourself and your abilities. And I try to make it as simple as possible. One of the main tenets for me in sports psychology is simplify what you're thinking about. Simplify your focus. Build confidence in yourself and your abilities. Mental toughness, that's the ability to remain confident and regain confidence over time. That's like mental fitness, right? How long can you stay confident even when you get tired or even when you get exhausted or when things aren't going your way? And can you regain that confidence over time? Regaining confidence over time is, I know something's going to come along that's going to knock my confidence down. Can I regain that quickly? And then focus, the way that you remain confident and stay focused and stay mentally tough is by focusing on things that you have in your control, which we'll get to in a second. My life's work in the sports psychology field is, and do the next one as well. I wrote a book, and this is the structure and the format. Confidence. How do you build confidence? Well, there's blocks underneath. There's a structure underneath. The structure begins with knowing who you are. And I'm sure this is all stuff that you guys already do with your students. But from this perspective, maybe give you something else to think about. I want to know where they are right now and what they need to build. The basic building block, the next three here are up in the mind. It's the cognitive processes. What am I focused on? What am I distracted by? Am I positive or negative? And how can I refocus myself? The controllables we'll get to in a minute. That's the thinking. Goal setting is then the planning stage. Okay, understand my cognitive processes. I'm aware of what distracts me. And now what do I want to do? How do I want to carry forward? The top two, a little bit smaller, now moves from the head down to the heart. The passion, the drive, the desire, the motivation. So athletes need to be able to control that, whether they need to pump themselves up a little bit or whether they need to just relax and calm down to perform at their best level. And imagery and visualization is just seeing what you want to have happen and live in that in your own mind's eye. That's the way to build confidence. So I asked them, focus on what's in your control and not on what's out of your control. The in your controllables for athletes are effort, attitude, preparation, and present moment. Present moments come up a couple of times, right? Prepare to the best of your ability, work as hard as you can, see things from a positive frame of mind, and focus on what you can do right now in this moment. And actually right now I do have a gentleman, client who is he's a doctor, and he's failed a particular test he needs to get his licensure 4 times. So he's coming to see me kind of like he would come to see you, and we're working on this present moment, effort, attitude, preparation. The ability to refocus his attention. Things not in your control. Everybody else, your teachers, my college coach, the fans, and the referees, not in your control. These are things that end up becoming distractions, and distractions usually become excuses. And I want to ban all those excuses. So we try not to focus on the outcome, not on the past, on a mistake you made, or what the consequences will be in the future, but what's going on right now in the present moment. We basically want them to refocus. You got an angel on one shoulder and a devil on the other. Who's talking the loudest and who has the last word? That's a key component to the mental game. You might hear people say you're focused or unfocused. Hey, you're not focused. Impossible. You're always focused on something. Are you focused on the right thing at the right time? And so, to kind of sum it all up, using your life's work, doing your life's work, and the ability to take that and transfer it to someone else who's trying to do their life's work, and that cycle continues, I would encourage you, live what you do. Everything that you do, live it to the fullest so that when you're explaining and expecting someone else to do it, they hear you and they're going to do it too. Thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Brian. So, hotel management, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, for some
Maybe
reason,
one